for having me here. I'd like to acknowledge that we are meeting on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation and pay my respects to their elders both past and present. Their sovereignty over this land was never ceded, and we must work towards a treaty or treaty with Aboriginal Australians. We're gathered here because of the situation going on in Eritrea right now. The Eritrean community here in Australia has made such an amazing contribution to Melbourne and to our country, and I cannot imagine Melbourne without the contribution of everybody that's here. But we know that so many people here have had to make the hard choice to leave because of the human rights situation, because of safety. We know that people are leaving Eritrea right now to make the dangerous trip across seas. Well, nobody makes that trip by choice. You don't get on a boat if it's not safer than staying on land, and people are facing persecution and oppression now, and we must acknowledge that. We also acknowledge that the UN and international organisations have been speaking out and have been taking action. We must strengthen those international organisations to stand up for human rights all across the world. The Australian government must listen to this message and must make its voice heard. We will take this message to Canberra, and Adam Bant in the past has tabled petitions from the Eritrean community about human rights in Eritrea, and we will do so again. We will keep working with you to make sure that the Australian government hears this message. Whatever happens in the next week and whoever the Australian government is, we will work with you. Thank you for having me here. We will continue to support you. Thank you.
Has ruled for about over 20 years. We support the struggle to remove the dictator, and we support the demand for the dictator to go before the International Criminal Court. But we should also note that an Australian company, South Boulder, is mining in Eritrea, and it has been accused of using slave labour while carrying out mining. So that is also a thing we should take note of, that we need to put pressure on this Australian company to either stop mining in Eritrea or until such time as democracy is restored. Thanks. This dictator has ruled for about over 20 years. We support the struggle to remove the dictator, and we support the demand for the dictator to go before the International Criminal Court. But we should also note that an Australian company, South Boulder, is mining in Eritrea, and it has been accused of using slave labour while carrying out mining. So that is also a thing we should take note of, that we need to put pressure on this Australian company to either stop mining in Eritrea or until such time as democracy is restored. Thanks.